right, we are going live on YouTube for episode 96 of the On the Hump podcast. We get nasty in here. Anyway,
Oh Lord.
episode 96 of the On the Hump podcast, and we are excited because we have got everybody with us tonight. We have got Reggie Funches making his return to the program. We love it. The number one Lions fan, Mr. Bobby Bless, and of course, Nate Rucker as well. He is with us. I do believe he is with us. He was on the
He
street.
popped out. He was in, then he popped out.
You know what? I think
I ran him off.
Okay. He's trying to
Nasty
get back
Nate
in
owe me
now.
money.
There you go. So hopefully he'll be back
Oh,
on the
he's coming
screen
in. He's coming in.
momentarily.
He's popping in.
So again, this is episode 96. We are 4 episodes away from 100. And because we have not seen him in such a long time, I want to start off with Reggie Funches. Reggie, it is so nice to see you, my friend.
Oh, he got the robe. He got the robe on. He got the kimono. The kimono
Yeah.
on.
but
Hold on, yo.
He got that kimono on, boy.
I do want to start off with Reggie because he hasn't been here in a very long time. So Reggie, update us, man. What's going on in your life, and how's the family doing?
You know how life be lifing, man. Life be lifing. Just closed on our new house and making sure everything's good with that. And working extra at work, trying to pay for this house. So that's how this stuff go. But still miss my fellas. So
Yeah, your James Evans on, huh? James Evans, huh?
look, man. Look, if she ain't happy. And you ain't no house to have, so you already know how that goes. So I got to make sure we keep it at least. But no, I'm good, bro. Just glad to be with my fellows again.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good today too, man. Just it's an off day for me. I've been off for the last couple of days because that's my new little work schedule. With working part time now, so I feel refreshed. But shit, man, I'm stressed out. For real about the damn football team. It's crazy how emotionally tied I am to the win-loss record of the Detroit Lions. But nonetheless, I'm here and ready to go. The main man, Nate, how you doing tonight, big dog?
Man, I am annoyed, frustrated, some of everything under the sun, but I'm here.
Yeah, he put out the kimono. You mean business.
Man, somebody stole my car this morning. So
oh, for real? You live in Detroit, man. That shit it's eventually gonna happen.
I've been talking about getting my truck anyway. And so I'm just like, you know what?
What they do? They break and peel the column?
Man, I don't know. 300s, Durangos.
Oh, yeah.
Challengers.
Dodge Rams. I just got mine back.
They're very, very easy to steal.
Yeah, that starter.
They're very easy to steal, man.
All you gotta do is put a fucking flathead in that motherfucker. Sure do.
So it's all right. They just opened
got
up.
mine back, Nate.
Oh wow.
My Ram.
Yeah, I'm finna drop my big boy. So y'all will be the first ones to see the big boy when I drop it. So.
Well, you getting the Cadillac?
Man, blast toys.
Cadillac, that's what I'm talking about, boy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna grab an Escalade.
Oh damn.
I just want. Did everybody hear the privilege? Okay, because Nate's just like, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab an Escalade. Listen, I could try to grab one too, and they're gonna say, "Hey, poor person, don't touch it." So again,
yeah, and he's gonna get a driver too. He ain't tell you about the driver.
He drive himself. He said, "No." He said,
no, man. Listen. Hey, look, man. As much as I work, it's just like. You gotta make, you know what I mean. You have to treat yourself to something, because if you don't, you find yourself doing everything for everybody else, and then you just sitting there looking crazy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, that is precisely why my Fisher Price Jeep will be here very, very soon. I'm gonna be meeting all over Messina. So look out.
It's all right. I know you got that 300 up there in Messina.
Yeah, I'm about to say he probably put some.
We don't have that anymore. That's gone. That's gone.
Some D's on that bitch.
That is gone.
Some D's on that bitch.
I still don't have the Mitsubishi though. So we rolling with the Mitsubishi. So
that's good on gas though. Yeah.
But Nate, outside of that, my friend, how you doing?
Outside of that, man, I'm good. I'm blessed, highly favored, still here. So I'm good, man.
I like that.
It's just toys,
Blessed
Nate.
and
It's
highly
just
favored.
toys.
I like that. That's a good one. Reggie, you got to use that, man. Blessed and
It's just
highly
toys,
favored.
Nate.
That's good. That's good. By the way, hey, so have you guys ever heard somebody respond to a question or a statement and go, man, that answer was tough?
No.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you
So
mean? I'm lost.
I was in the mall the other day, and the mall is nearby a military base. And this gentleman, who obviously is a veteran, currently serving, he was walking by, and somebody said to him, "Hey, thank you for your service." And he looked at him, and without skipping a beat, he says, "Thank you for your support." And I'm like, that was tough. Like, I like that answer. So I made sure that I crossed his path so I could say thank you to thank you for your service. And he's like, thank you for your support. And I'm like, all right, now I can leave. But anyway, with that being said, we just had a big game, obviously, against Philadelphia. It did not go very well for the Lions. But I want to start our analysis tonight with Reggie Funches because we only have him for a little bit of time, folks. It was only in the budget for about 30 minutes. So, Reggie, I want to start with you. I want to give you the floor. What did you see? What did you like? What did you not like?
There was something to like out of that game.
I mean, we were on TV,
The defense look good.
Turn me into the number one golf hater. Disappointed in my big fellas on the O line, and that's the thing about when you got injuries and you lose people. Continuity is like the first thing that goes out the window, and when you start building up towards it, like they were looking good a couple of weeks ago, and then you lose somebody else or somebody has to go into a different position. Now you lose all the chemistry you done built up, and then you go against a team whose D line is just nasty, and it really exposes all your weaknesses. And unfortunately, if our O line isn't good, golf isn't good. That's just unfortunately that's just how the two are tied together. If the offensive line is good, he's fine. And I don't want to be that person that's harp on the fact that having a mobile quarterback is every quarterback needs a good O line, even a mobile quarterback. Let's just put it like that. But when you don't have a mobile quarterback or somebody that can get himself out of trouble and you have a bad O line, games can get real ugly real quick. And that's what you saw on Sunday. So it's one of those things where I don't know what they could do. A good thing is we're playing the Giants, so you could turn around and kind of get back on track a little bit because they got a decent D line, but not the greatest. They're not going to abuse us like Philly did. So this is one of those things where Campbell's got to do what he can to get that shored up as much as possible, so that way they can hit the ground running again, build up some of that chemistry, get that confidence back in that O line because the defense is looking tough. Like I can't really ask for much when you hold Philly the way that they did. For as long as they did, despite being put in tough situations over and over and over again, you cannot ask for nothing better. Shepard is just that guy. So outside of that, man, that's my two biggest takes. We're basically on the defensive line, we're able to control a lot. Offensive line, we're not controlling anything. So once they get that shored up, we say it all the time, football starts in the trenches. If you ain't got the trenches controlled, you can lose a game real quick. And that's what we saw Sunday.
So I'll go next with my analysis here, Reggie, and we'll work obviously in Bobby and Nate as well. I already know Bobby is going to be on my ass tonight. I already know that. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm not a Goff hater. I've never been a Goff hater. And I would challenge anybody who is a Goff hater, do me a favor, go outside your house, go get one of them big industrial fans, crank it all the way up, and try to throw a football into it and see how accurate you are whenever you got wind in your face like that. With that being said, this is the NFL. You knew what the weather was going to be like in Philadelphia. You had a whole week to prep for it. And you show up wearing gloves. And you know you don't throw the ball well wearing gloves. It is documented. It is a stat. And yet we were out there kittens with mittens from the very jump of the game. And that's when I knew we were in trouble. Whenever I saw 2 gloves on Jared Goff, I said, uh-oh, here we go. And again, the passes that Jared was throwing were either high or low or getting batted down. Now, batted down, I'm not going to blame that on Jared Goff. I know a lot of people.
No, it's still
That's
on him.
timing. That's
No,
timing.
no,
that's
not
timing.
staring at the receiver. If you staring at the damn receiver, they know when you jumping. If you stop staring at the goddamn receiver, they wouldn't know where you throwing it at.
And to me, the most frustrating part about the game is the fact that it wasn't out of reach ever.
Right.
We just couldn't reach. And that's the thing that I think really upset me. But the thing that I landed on as far as an overall feeling, because I said it last week, if you want to play with the big boys, if you want to win the Super Bowl, this is a game you need to win because they are ahead of us in the playoff standings. And if we want to try to host a playoff game, you got to beat Philly. I left that game feeling that our team this season will not win the Super Bowl. That was the feeling that I left that game with, is that we are not going to win the Super Bowl, and hell, we might not even win our division. And again, I'm not trying to be ultra negative tonight. I'm just looking at it realistically. Like, this is not the team. We are not the team we were last season. And as far as, this season is concerned, I think we'll have a good record. I think we'll be a good team. I think we'll make the playoffs. But a three-peat in the division is now in question. And so is the like I said, so is the Super Bowl. So that was what I left it with as far as feelings were concerned. And like I said, offensively, I don't know where we went. Defensively, it looked like they were all the way there, which I was happy about. But Nate, let me toss it over to you. What did you think as far as the game was concerned? And what do you think as far as Super Bowl and divisional hopes?
Well, I mean, I don't think that we're going to host it. I mean, but I could be wrong. I mean, do I think we can still win the division? We've already beat Chicago once. We've lost to the Packers and we've lost to the Vikings. So we still got a game again with each one of them. So us winning the division is still there. Super Bowl. It's still a toss-up. Like, the NFC, man, is a bag of fucking Reese's Pieces right now. And regardless, it's you know what I'm saying? It's for anybody. Now, do we still have the talent? Yes. Do we still have shit that needs to be fixed in that middle? Absolutely. But even with the struggles of the offensive line, when you go back and you look at that game, the game was there to be won. It's not like that my team went out there and got embarrassed. They didn't get bullied. They took some punches, they hit back, but like I say, yeah, the win played a part. 0 for 5 on fourth down played a part. So it was just football, as we know, is a game of inches.
Yeah.
And that game was, instead of a game of inches, was a game of feet. Because that win, they showed how the kicks was going in the pregame from both guys when you talked about kicking from distance. So, like I say, man, I'm not pressed up about it. What I did see was our defense completely shut down the run of the quarterback and Saquon Barkley. Our corners played very well. They stood up. So again, it's not like it was a blowout. It wasn't like we went out there and got embarrassed. Like we shouldn't have been on the field with them. That wasn't the case. So I still see us that we still gonna do what we gonna do. Like I say, this team under Dan Campbell, we don't lose 2 games in a row. So I just look forward to them come out next week and beating the fuck out of what's his face and just getting back on track. Like I say, man, I don't get too hard up on them no more.
Reggie, but before we go over to Bobby, because I have a particular mission for Bobby. Reggie, your opinion, is this a Super Bowl team? Is this a team that can win a division, or are we kind of a team still trying to figure it out?
So here's the weird thing. I actually think we're closer to being a Super Bowl team this year than we were last year because our defense is as good as it is right now. And if you think about the playoffs and stuff like that, those teams that have a defense that can get stops and an offense that's at least competent, those are the ones that tend to have the biggest odds of winning the Super Bowl. And this is one of those things where you think about what's happening on offense. They don't have to be top 5 on the O-line. They just have to be middling on the O-line, enough to get the ball to our weapons. Meanwhile, if the defense is getting stops, they're giving that offense more opportunities to score the ball with the weapons that we have. So in that situation, as far as the division is still up for grabs. We're still talking about Minnesota and freaking Chicago. Chicago's been fortunate. That's what they've been. They've been very fortunate.
Weak schedule.
They had a cakewalk schedule.
Yeah, they are very fortunate right now. And in the game that we played them, we showed them why they're still a little brother. So I'm not worried about them. And the same thing with Minnesota. Sometimes those divisional games can be trap games. And that's how I felt about what it was with Minnesota. I'm not worried about either one of them. Matter of fact, I don't care if we come in as a wild card. Actually, we'd be the most dangerous wild card in the playoffs if that was the case. When nobody want to play us, I can tell you that much. And so when it comes to the Super Bowl and the division, that's still up for grabs. Super Bowl, I think it's still a possibility, and I do think we have a better chance at it this year than we did last year.
All right. So as we turn this thing over to Bobby Bless, Bobby, the mission tonight is simple, my friend, because you put a thing in the chat, which I thought was a really good point as far as our upcoming schedule. So I'm going to give you the floor. Me, Nate, and Reggie going to sit back. You present the case for a Lions Super Bowl and Lions divisional run starring your man, Jared Goff. Go ahead, my friend.
First before I do that, I want to reflect on the game, Elijah. And so as far as the game part, like we already kind of know what we getting with when Jared Goff outside, period. Them damn gloves. You already know I'm a fan of Goff without the glove. Without the gloves. You already heard me millions for. Once I see them damn gloves, I be wanting to jump off the train, right? So all that and that too. But I will also say this. For him to wear them gloves, the ball was never really at risk. He wasn't like turnover dangerous. You know what I mean? The main thing more than the damn gloves is them protecting the man with the damn gloves, to be honest. Everybody know Jared Goff ain't take no big hits because when he see people coming, he'll throw it at the screen feet. You know what I mean? He ain't taking no big hits. But he also ain't got the touch with them damn gloves. So if we in a game where he needs to come back, them gloves is more of the detriment than anything. And number two, they not giving the ball to Montgomery enough. They just not. Don't get me wrong. I seen Gibbs tearing it up. He damn near a highlight waiting every time, but Montgomery ain't chopped liver. He gotta get fed too. And they definitely not feeding him. And then on the third down, so his blankie hurt. Laporta, that's who he looked for on third down. And so he tied at the hands with that. We need another Tim Patrick, because we all know Tim Patrick was his third down receiver too. And Josh Reynolds, he always had that guy that wasn't highly touted or highly thought about that he relied on. We don't really have that guy without Laporta. And all that fucking up, all that just putting the ball in. Oh, and before I even get to where I want to get to, the damn going for it, I'm good with going for it because we already know Dan Campbell ain't about to lose to no damn win, no
Right.
field goal in the win.
That's just who he is.
Yeah, but
Right.
if
And
I
I
got
ain't even no point in complaining about fourth down. That's just who we
if
are.
I got
So
any complaint about it
I
is
don't even
why the
talk
fuck you
about
put
fourth
the punt?
down.
Why you running a fake punt with their regular defense out there? That's the only dumbass shit that I did not like. How you gonna run a punt with a punt fake with their regular defense out there when your damn first team offense can't do shit? That was dumb as fuck. But all that said and done, let's not forget, with all that fucking up, they got robbed at the end with the damn pass interference. Cause with all that fucking up, we was still in the game. Referees made a bad call. They ain't called pass interference all damn night, but they called it at that last one. So that goes back to what Nate always says: we got to get to the point where we get the ones getting them calls. But they the Super Bowl champions, so I think we went toe to toe with the Super Bowl champions. Had a bad game, didn't perform right, but we still all that won. Now, as far as get to the Super Bowl or bust, I'm more of a fan of. I'm glad Reggie said what he said. I'm more comfortable this year than last year because if you remember, Elijah, last year, shit, damn near all our games was in the dome, and the ones that was cold, it was warm out still. So I think a lot of that falls into the 15-2 of last year. But with that 15-2, we wasn't battle tested. Like we going through we doing it the right way now. You know, we taking our lumps now. Because last year, every week we was just listening to what people say on TV about how far we gonna go. Because we was 15-2 and we was in dome, so we was looking good and stuff. But I'm actually not happy with the results. But I'm not going to deny the fact that I counted this as a loss at the beginning of the season. You know how we predict what we going to think W's and L's. Yeah. So that's the only reason why I ain't going to freak out because I didn't have us at the beginning of the season winning the game. Once you break down and analyze what we seen, then you kind of get more frustrated about it. But to sit there and say that how we lost, that's how Eagles beat everybody. We just got killed by a serial killer the same way they kill everybody.
Right, we just ain't have our best game.
Right. And don't nobody never had a best game against them dudes because the damn defense, right? So we can't sit there and act like the sky falling, but we're not gonna sit here and act like ain't shit wrong either. But only quarterback I've seen play to a Hall of Fame level, to a championship level with gloves on is Kurt Warner. I have never seen any other quarterback besides him be effective and legendary with them damn gloves on. Now
Vic wore gloves.
Vic wasn't shit.
What are you talking about? Vic wasn't shit.
Man, Vic was a talented quarterback, but he ain't never win shit.
Sir, they had commercials called the Michael Vick Experience. Like when they call you experience.
Hey,
but
Vic,
don't get me wrong.
You can't even hate on Vic.
When I think of the best quarterbacks, Michael Vick name won't come up to the 15s or 20s.
Nah,
but we're talking about. But even what we're talking about now is with gloves.
Yeah, but he was in the dome too. He in Atlanta, Georgia. He ain't playing in the dome.
He played in Philly.
Listen. I'm not saying Michael Vick wasn't good. I'm not saying Michael Vick wasn't good.
He played in Philly, Bobby.
Yeah, he played in Philly, but they ain't do shit. So let's not act like Michael Vick. Here is the reason why he's not a Hall of Famer. Nobody never even bring him up. But we ain't gonna sit here and act like Michael Vick was a pinpoint passer. He was not all that as far as passing. He was a fucking runner. So we ain't gonna even we ain't gonna even act like that. His main skill in his bag wasn't them damn legs. But what I'm saying is, what I said before, and I said what I said, is that there has never been a Hall of Fame quarterback that wore two gloves but Kurt Warner. So
Tom fucking Brady.
Brady didn't wear
What are you
two
talking about?
gloves.
Brady
Brady didn't
did
wear
wear
two.
gloves.
He
Brady did
did
wear
wear
two
two gloves.
gloves.
Not
Oh,
all
Yes,
the
he
time.
did.
Not all the
Yes,
time.
he did.
Not
He
all the
wore
time.
the
He
Talking about.
did.
actually wore
Now
the
I
Kurt
am,
gloves a
Warner
lot.
I am
wore
so
them all
used.
the time.
I
Kurt
am
Warner
so
wore
used
them in
to
the dome.
everybody.
Kurt Warner wore
Hey,
them in the stall. Yeah, you
you
just mad I
forgot
said something about
Brady.
Michael Vick.
Brady was
You
playing in the snow
you mad
with
about
both
Vick?
gloves.
Yeah,
What are you
hey,
talking about
I
here?
ain't saying I ain't saying that. Kurt Warner put up Hall of Fame numbers. Brady wore the gloves 1 week, this week, this week. You know what I mean? Every other week. Kurt Warner
Hey,
wore them 24/7 every game. That's what I mean. But
listen.
Jared Goff don't do that, and that's where I was getting to. Unless he wears the gloves all the time, he
Right,
ain't gonna be good wearing them every now and then. That's
right.
what I'm saying. He got to make that part of his everyday damn thing. He need to walk around at home with the motherfuckers on. He don't need. He can't. He wear them sometime and then he don't wear them sometime. So it's all like the whole week he trying to get reallocated to trying to throw the damn ball.
So first of all, y'all jumping up on Bobby like that. Now I know what it feels like because usually I'm the one getting jumped on
Man, fuck,
myself.
man,
But
fuck Michael Vick. That's
I'm
why
just sitting
y'all,
back with
man,
my
fuck
popcorn.
Michael
I'm
Vick.
just sitting back. But hey,
Man,
the other
Michael
thing,
Vick wasn't all that. Y'all crazy as fuck.
the other thing I was going to mention, Bobby talking about, you can't do it some of the time. It doesn't work some of the time. It doesn't work all the time if you're only doing it some of the time. Reminds me of that perfume from Anchorman, that Sex Panther, like works 60
Oh yeah, bits of real
every time.
Panther.
66
But
times it works
on
every
that,
time.
on that, I will agree that if you're going to wear the gloves, you need to wear them consistently and not
Or
hit
just wear one on your non-throwing hand, so you can be able to take the snap and put your other hand in the damn pocket warmer thing, because he don't have no touch with them
no.
gloves on, none. And
No.
if
He out here like ZZ Top. He looking for some touch.
yeah, and if it's cold, it's even worse. You
Come
know,
on, Nate. Come on, Nate. That was a good one. Nate's like, nah.
ZZ Top smoke. They smoke good weed. That's all I can say about them. But yeah. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like if that game like it to me the difference of the game is the gloves
Yeah.
and the receivers getting open. But you can't judge it on the receivers because they playing against a good defense and then that damn line let people get through. But I can say this though, they kind of gave up on the run too early to me, and they didn't spread it around. They just wanted
No. No.
they giving it to Gibbs too much. But as far as Jared Goff and the gloves, we already know I ain't no fan of that. But everything that we plan to get before the end of the season still in sight. So I ain't ready to just say what we ain't gonna do and can do, because I can still see us getting to 12 wins. I really do. 12 wins gonna get us to the winning this division. To me, but whatever. So that's pretty much. And I know y'all, everybody love Michael Vick. They hate that side. I've never been a fan of left-handed quarterbacks anyway, rather how fast they run. So
Now you're gonna blame it on the left hand.
All
yeah.
right. So, as far as the upcoming schedule is concerned, I think we still have Reggie with us, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reggie, I want to kind of give you the floor again because again we haven't seen you in so long. As far as the upcoming schedule, obviously we got the Giants and then we got the Packers on Thanksgiving. How are you feeling about it? Because I know we're getting close to the time that you have to log off. So how are you feeling about everything?
2-0. 2-0. The Packers might have just lost Jacobs, which are going to hurt them tremendously if that's the case. Even though Wilson is really good, that kind of a two-headed monster they got going on there, that is not going to be a factor. And I'm not, when I know they got Watson back and he just had a good game last week, but the Packers just don't scare me. And they're the only they're the only team out of the next two teams we played that you would like, could we possibly lose? Yeah, maybe. But no, I don't see it happening. So yeah, 2-0.
I will tell you this. I know for a lot of people, it's going to be another divisional rivalry game, but for Bobby and I, this is like household defining stuff. Bobby's wife is a Packers fanatic. My dad is a Packers fanatic. So I already know, at least on my end, my dad's going to
Sucks for y'all.
Thanksgiving, and it's not going to be Happy Thanksgiving. It's going to be here's a Detroit Lions insult. Here's something else I think your team's going to mess up on, and it's going to be just smack talk all Thanksgiving. So
Same way in my house too. Same way in my mom's house too.
I'm really, really hoping that the Lions do not do me dirty like that, and pull through. Obviously, though, that's next week. And again, what I just did is what we need our team not to do, which is don't look ahead. We got the Giants this week, and the Giants have been a team that I would describe as fickle. 1 minute they look really good, next minute not so much. They got an interim coach. How are we feeling about this game? I mean, I'll be blunt. I think it's one that we need to win. I think it's one that we should win and probably win by a couple touchdowns. But Bobby, how are you feeling about it?
I'm good with it, boss. You like Nate had mentioned before, shit is very rarely we lose 2 in a row. But I ain't looking to run the score up on them, being that we got a game on Thursday kind of thing. I think the quicker we can just get to them damn backups playing, the better. But even with the way that line played last week, they still can't play like they played last week because shit, they got 2 good pass rushers. They got that rookie Carter, ain't that his name?
Yeah,
On Washington,
Carter.
and they got Nate Boy Burns. So shit, we ain't out the fire yet.
And listen, and they got Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah, Thibodeau, I forgot about him.
And they got Dexter Lawrence in the middle.
Yeah. It ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be more of not trying to get over on them without opening up the playbook too much, for real. Because we're gonna have to show some. We're gonna have to we starting to have to go deep in our bag too early in the season, if you let me tell it. So I'm kind of like worried about as far as us putting too much on film. But as far as like playing the Giants too, every time I see them play, they playing hard. Very rare I see them get stumped out. So it ain't like this ain't no like go to sleep kind of game. But shit, they better win. That's all I can say. They better win. But I shoot, we got so many hard games coming up. I haven't contemplated the Giants being one of them. How about you, Nate?
Fuck the Giants. Definitely fuck the Packers. Giants offense doesn't scare me at all. Again, it's going to fall on that offensive line. It's going to fall on the communication. And at some point, man, we're going to have to move on from Glasgow at center because
he asked.
The more we play against these, I don't even say he's ass, he's just up in age, man. And again, you're taking him back to a position that he regularly doesn't.
Yeah, he ain't played since college.
And on top of that,
he ain't played since college.
Yeah, and you throwing the old man right back into the heart of the shit.
That's supposed to be the rookie spot. That's supposed to be the rookie spot, right?
Guard.
Isn't he supposed to be the center? Wasn't he the center in college?
No, talking about Ratledge.
Yeah,
no,
wasn't he a center?
See,
I thought he was center.
No, even Ratledge was a guard.
Oh, okay.
But that's the thing. I think on top of that, you're missing Mahogany, who was out. Then Glasgow. Then you got Awashika in there, who's been playing pretty good. But still, man, the communication. It's a reason these guys are backups. It's a reason why, when we had the number one offensive line, you had veterans, you had guys who could communicate on silent counts. You had guys that when you do the trust faith test or whatever the hell, like if one falling, you knew he was gonna pick you up. Like there's a lot of misassignments. The stunts is killing us up front. So again, man, they gonna have to just get their shit together and buckle down. But again, it's gonna be the Giants are going to bring pressure, so it's going to be up to the wide receivers to get open.
And
And
they
whoever,
bringing pressure with 4, right? They not really
oh,
blitzing,
oh,
right?
oh no, they did not all the time, but they still blitz though. They still blitz because Abdul Carter, they'll drop him in coverage and then they'll still
Yeah.
bring him up in the box.
He nice
You
too.
yeah. So then they've been using Thibodeau also as a rush in and a 3 technique, putting him, lining him up between the center and the guard, running stunts off of that. So Giants do pose a little bit of, of a problem. And then like I say, you got Brian Burns. So Panay can't be on both sides. Decker can't be out here on his hogwash bullshit. He's been getting, man, sometimes Decker get taken to the woodshed, man. So he definitely got to get his shit together. So, but after that, man, I still think we win. I still think we get to the victory formation. I see 27, 27-17 victory formation and call it a day.
At least it's in the dome. Shit.
So,
Yeah.
real
I
quick,
can't take no more of the outside shit. We don't got to go back outside to Chicago last game of the season.
of course, that's not exactly the best place to be outside of the last game of the season, but I get what you're
I ain't scared of them,
Man,
but I feel you.
shit, it don't matter. Caleb Williams would be outside of the last game of the season too. So fuck.
So I think Reggie Funchess is still with us, and if he is, I want to go to him with this next question because I'm concerned, and y'all know me. If I have a concern, I'm gonna voice it with the group because chances are somebody out there has the same concern. I am concerned about 2 things on that offensive line right now. Number 1 is Taylor Decker, and number 2 is the health of Penei Sewell because Penei has been down a couple of different times this season after the play. And it seems like maybe he's fighting against something. I don't know. But Reggie Funchess, overall, what do you see? Because I know usually you do our offensive line analysis. So what do you see in this offensive line? Do you have hope as far as, this unit being able to gel together despite the injuries? And what do you feel like specifically with Decker and Sewell as far as things for people to watch out for?
The thing with Decker is age. He just started to look old.
Yeah, it's time to come. He did his time.
It just looks like it's the end. That's all. And then you got to think about it. When you had the offensive line that you had last year, you had a bunch of guys like Nate was talking about being able to cover for each other, being able to protect each other. The communication was excellent. There was a lot of situations where you were able to be covered. Your mistakes were able to be covered. And that's the same thing with Sewell. Sewell's still a young guy that's been operating off not just his talent, but his physical dominance. Now, everything has to be more cerebral because I got to learn how to protect guys that aren't as good as the guys I've been used to playing with.
Right.
So now you're in a real tough situation. Everybody's figuring this stuff out on the fly. Taylor Decker is learning how to figure it out without him being as physically up to par as he's been for the most of his career. So now you got to figure that out. Now you got injuries. Now you got young guys playing in next to these guys. Now you got a guy that hasn't played center since college playing center. It's just a lot going on. So yeah, it's going to be concerning for right now until they figure it out. But the thing is, a lot of this can be addressed by coaching. Some of this can be addressed by getting healthy. And the other part can be addressed by simplifying the offense. If I want my offense to be better than what it is right now, run the ball. Run the ball. And I'm not talking about Gibbs running the ball. I'm talking about Montgomery running the ball. Smash mouth football.
Yeah. Ground and pound.
It's less thinking involved when I'm saying go punch somebody in the mouth. That's what I want you to do. Go punch somebody in the mouth. And so that's where they might be at right now. Like I said, that's something that they can work on over the next couple of weeks. Like I said, the Giants, they got a good O-line. Can they cause us concerns? Absolutely. But I still think that this is a good tune-up game to start ironing out what our issues are on the line.
Amen. I agree with every word.
So obviously, next week we'll be talking about the Lions and Packers. But for this week's show, I just want to open it up here, kind of open house, so to speak. Is there any other topics we need to cover before we go to closing remarks, fellas?
Dude, let's talk about how. Well, let's talk about how Dan Campbell fourth downs. What we think about that, real quick, because that's kind of been in there too.
I
And
mean,
and Elijah, I know you ain't like 100%. You can't do no wrong with it. So that's kind of interesting to feel what you feel about, know what you feel about it.
so I've always said back when I was coaching, if you reach the 40-yard line, if you reach, your 40-yard line or better, as you're going into your opponent's territory, it's worth the conversation, depending on your yardage and how you feel about the team that you're going up against. I remember one drive when I was coaching, I went for it on fourth down 4 times in that drive. And
Yeah, that's
we
what's
ended
up.
up scoring a touchdown. So again, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, and it's literally baked into our personality at this point. It's like your favorite pizza, right? Like if you're a big pepperoni pizza fan, and then you take the pepperonis off, and you're sitting there going, wait a minute, like this is
This
just
what the
cheese.
yeah,
It's very bland, right?
this is mid, as they say.
And for Detroit, our pepperoni, so to speak, is this going on fourth down. It's what we do. And that's why I said last week prior to the Philadelphia game, it's going to be what we do versus what they do. And whoever shows up with the better on that night is going to end up winning the game. But the catch 22 about going for it on fourth down is it does put you in a little bit of a deficit when it comes to Nate's favorite person in football, momentum, because
Uncle Mo.
but seriously though, if you're going for it and you get it right, everybody feels good. That sideline is hopping, right? And we're ready to go again. If you don't get it, everybody on the sideline is going, okay, now things are a little bit more tense. And your opponent is going, hey, look, we got them out of their own character because now they didn't get it. They didn't get it against us, which means, we have got it in the bag, so to speak. But again, it in a weird way, it kind of evened itself out because their tush push that they run kept getting shut down by us, and our fourth down going for it.
Them tackles was ready for that.
But again,
McNeil,
we
Williams,
shut
Ringo.
down the tush push that they always run, and they shut down our fourth downs. And again, if we would have had that last drive of the game, maybe we would have done something with it, or maybe we wouldn't have. I have no idea. But again, going for it on fourth down, I don't have a huge issue with it. I just wish that we would have got it. Real
So
simple.
I got a little bit of a different outlook on that.
Okay, go ahead, Reggie.
So the reason I would think I will be a little bit more conservative than I've been in the past, number one, is because of the O line and the offense, period, right now. But number two, we have to play to what our strength is. Last year, our strength was our offense. You couldn't stop us on fourth down. That's just what it was. It just was what it was. This year, that's not the case. But here's an advantage. Now you start playing field position. Now you start putting your defense in premium position instead of in a precarious position. So what I would actually do is start being a bit conservative and then springing the fourth down on people. So that's the other thing. We ran fourth down so much that now that is the going culture in football now, not just from the Lions. Other teams are doing it. So now other teams are preparing to deal with 4-down football instead of 3-down football.
That's why the Eagles
So
not taking their defense off the field when the punt team even out there.
exactly. So
Great
now
point.
this is where we are right now. So if that's the case, logic dictates I'm going to play to my strengths. I'm going to let my defense get excellent field position for ourselves. And I'm going to spring fourth down every now and again. I'm going to run the football more. I'm going to slow this game down as much as possible until we can get this O-line situation shored up. Now, what that does is it gets everybody back on track. And then when they're ready, when that O-line is ready, then we can start going back to what we were doing last year with the difference of premium defense. Now you not only are you looking at we can go to the Super Bowl. You're looking at we can win a Super Bowl.
I mean,
And that's what we want to be.
I got a different outlook on that one.
No, I'm glad I
Uh,
asked this question because I think I got one too actually, but I like Reggie Point. Oh shit, Elijah, you ain't shit.
No, because I saw it the entire time.
Elijah.
The entire time Reggie was giving his opinion, Nate just sitting over there like,
Well, because
I
number
felt
one,
Reggie though.
like he smelled something funky. I don't know.
because number one, man,
I
we
agree
are
with
who-
Reggie though. I will say that I like Reggie's point. I really do.
Yeah, I do too.
You need to make it,
Especially with the running, especially with running the ball and all
Yeah,
that kind of
I
shit.
mean
my opinion was live by the sword, die by the sword. Reggie's saying, hey, if we're gonna get stabbed, how about we not get stabbed by a sword? And what is your opinion?
my thing is that we are who we are. Period.
Okay,
We
you going Kesha with it. We are who we are.
because you know what? The moment that you've been doing something for so long, right? This is our DNA. This is our culture. We've been the bullies of the football. We've been the bullies running the ball. We've been the bullies on fourth down. And then the moment that we start to do that, we start to lose that fear. We lose that image. We lose. We're changing and regressing our culture. We're going back to the way the NFL done it instead of the way that we have been doing it. Win, lose, or draw. We are who we are. We don't let nobody dictate what we gonna do. Okay, because in that case, that's like the tush push. We were one of the deciding votes whether the tush push was going to stay
And we voted to keep it. Yeah.
and be gone. And what Dan Campbell said, he said, "Man,
we gotta stop that shit.
We gotta stop it." Because like he said, "Man, I'm not worried about that. We built for it." So that just shows truthfully that I am always behind my defense, which is why I go for it on fourth down, which is why I didn't vote against the tush push, taking it out. We're not worried about the tush push. I count on my defense. I know what we train these guys to do. I know what my D tackles do. I know how we attack it. And this is why I go for it on fourth down, because I don't worry about the field position because we are built for it. Like my guys know. If you see Jared Goff, don't even come off the field. Sometimes they be shocked when he call them back. They're like, wait, no, let us do this. And that's the culture. And him and his players like, listen, I don't care what this weather is, we still gonna do what we do. Now, sometimes, especially in Philly, would you have been okay punting? Yes, but then you bring it to that wind. So now you're going from punting it, now you're looking at shank punts, you looking at the wind throwing that some bitch out of bounds. And it's like, dog. So it's like, what's the lesser of two evils?
Mm.
What do I trust more? I got more trust in my defense than a ball going up in this damn swirling ass wind. Hell, we might kick it and that bitch go backwards.
Right.
So I've seen that happen where, and Jack Pot's one of the best punters, but shit, he done shanked the punt 20 yards before. And it was like, what? It was in the Chicago game. That wind went to whipping. And then he also had one against Minnesota because they had that wind tunnel going. Yeah, that was that game where we had Badgley. We did. I think we ended up losing that one because of the kicks and shit. Because they had all that wind going.
What did we go on fourth down this game?
0-5.
0-5.
0-5. So 5 times we put ourselves in a position where the other team had the advantage and not us, correct?
Right.
Yep.
And I'm not saying you got to, and I'm not saying that you have to do this every single game, but in some games you have to adjust to what's happening. And I understand that, we used to be the bullies. But right now we're bullies and we're crippled. People that used to be doing the bullying, the people that's doing the bullying, they ain't here really.
I mean,
they're not really.
But when you think about it,
I can have a bully attitude, but we ain't got the stuff to back up being a bully.
Yeah.
And actually, the bullies are actually on defense.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when they got stopped, and our defense was in that, Philly didn't score off it. When you think about their touchdown, Offley was off the batted ball that Cooper ended up running back. So that was their touchdown. And then the other was field goals because they were close. Like dudes kicking 20-yard field goals. But that's just how, Philly just went to manage it because the Lions kept shutting down their whole ass tush push. So again, it's not, I'm not even gonna say like we didn't get bullied. We let them know we don't care about your tush push. You still gotta stop us. We beat
when I'm talking
ourselves.
about bullies, I'm talking about bullies on offense. And that was the thing that was funny about the game. Because I kept thinking, I'm like, the funny thing is, let's just say I do shank a 20-yard punt, right? But I still get 20 yards on top of me just getting the ball where we just gave the ball up on fourth down.
Right.
You imagine the position we would have been in if we kept giving our defense an extra 20 yards to defend. That actually probably would have put us in a better position than where we were in that game. So the reason why I was like,
we only went for it. I think we went for it one time on our side of the 50 that we didn't get it. You see what I'm saying? Every time we went for it, we were on the other end. Besides that fake punt that they went to, every time we went for it, we were on, their 50-yard line. So then you're still talking about it's not realistically truly a punt. It's more so of trying to get Jake Bates to hit a goddamn 60 plus yard field goal outside, and he couldn't hit the goddamn 30.
And that's how I said that was the weird part about the games. I said we're in a situation where we're trying to bully some bullies. And we have nothing to back up our bullying with right now. We had nothing to back it up. And I understand the culture aspect of it, but right now, the culture is hurting. The culture is hurting.
It's fine. Just because the culture is hurt don't mean you turn away from it. You fight through it.
Sometimes, but this is why I said you spring it on them in spurts instead of all the time now. See, now we're building anticipation. We don't know what they're going to do.
Right.
When you start doing that, we throw that wrinkle in. Because actually,
that will never change.
But I'm saying that was the funny thing about last year, too. It was times where people thought that we were going to go for it. We didn't. We sprung it on them. We got it. Then we'll spring it on them multiple times in a row and get it or not get it. And then we'll turn around, we'll kick a field goal. They're like, dang, what is these niggas going to do? The unpredictability. Unpredictability
only time
was an aspect.
If it was if when it was long, if it was longer than 5 yards, then Dan Campbell would kick it.
And very rarely not in the situation where it's 5 yards.
Not, but
now it's happening all the time.
We getting stuck on 4th and 1, 4th and 3, 4th and 4. It's not like, not the one time we went for it when it was long, it was like 4th and 8 because we were forced to. But again, it's only so much you can do. And Jake Elliott, granted, he kicks in Philly all the time. The pregame, he was fucking up. He adjusted because he's used to being outside. Jake Bates has been hit and miss all year. Granted, they put him out there in some fucked up shit for him to try to kick and hit.
Right.
But again, you talking about this swirling ass wind where it's like, dog, everybody's overthrowing. Jalen Hurts wide open, got people. He ain't the best. We know he's not the most accurate, but the shit that he was overthrowing and underthrowing was due to the wind, and he wouldn't even have a pressure in. So it really was just one of those games, and I don't. No matter what, we're always going to go. Now, what I would do more differently though is I would have David Montgomery out there more on 4th down than just Jameer, because what I did see is what everybody else seen is when Jameer is in there on 4th down,
making him a blocker.
They're going to make him a blocker to take away his effectiveness and his ability to get out to the perimeter. He can't control the ball. We're forcing him to block. So what you do is instead of the 13 personnel or that 12 personnel, you go to 11. And you have Montgomery and Gibbs out. So then if one leaks, one protects, whatever. We know David Montgomery is a better protector, but I think then that's where the shift changed because now you don't know who's going to block, who's going to release. That's the only thing that I say I would change. But then again, on top of that, you didn't have Laporta. Laporta is that safety blanket. Most of them fourth downs probably would have went to him. Brock Wright is not fleet of foot, but even with the one that Cooper DeJean, the interception, Brock Wright was wide open. They just happened to get it from him. So it's like that tight end position, man, with Laporta out, now you're going to have to get a tight end that has the ability to run routes and create separation because that's huge. Creating separations from my tight end is what has made Laporta one of the top tight ends in the league now. Now we're back there. We got Brock Wright, but Brock Wright is like my man Hank from King of the Hill.
Like, damn.
He's not really. He ain't fleet of foot. You're not worried about him getting open.
Right.
So,
hey, what I'm gonna say is, I kind of agree with all of y'all, but Nate took my point about Laporta being a safety blanket. But it's just three quick things. Number one is I'm not mad about it for that game, and the reason why I'm not mad about it for that game is because because the Eagles' offense wasn't doing shit. He was really trying to compete with their offense more so than with our offense. So they wasn't really doing shit. He figured our offense would get hot before they will. So I ain't even tripping about that part. And I also ain't tripping about the field, what part of the field. Now, if we at the 30, if it's like maybe 40 and under, or maybe even fucking 35 and under, I'm more like, let's take the easy 3. But if you want to ask me, do we need to kick a 50, 55-plus yard field goal or take these 2 yards, I'm going to pick them 2 yards every fucking time. So if he in the red zone and it's 4 for 5, you know what I mean? Go on and kick it. That's an easy 3. But I think getting 2 yards on 4th down is easier than kicking a fucking 60-yard field goal or 55-plus yard field goal. That's just my thought. And
he made a 54-yarder on Sunday. So
So that's really a roll of the dice. So I ain't mad about that.
He nailed it too. Just throw that out there.
I'm with it.
Yeah, but that damn extra point he kicked, that motherfucker went to the goddamn security booth.
That was crazy.
Man, you better go out there.
He kicked that boy. I'm about to say,
like the game glitch on the video game. That's exactly how it went. But
that boy it never had a chance.
But I'm more of a fan of what Reggie say, what Reggie said, because some of our big if that just revisionist history, as they say, man, if Dan Campbell wouldn't have went for all the times in the NFC Championship, we might have went to the Super Bowl. It comes a point in time where you gotta coach the game. You feel me? I'm not saying that he not coaching the game in 4th down, but sometimes you gotta take yourself out of there and on the outside looking in, because you seen Dan Campbell every time he called a play, that motherfucker he think it all gonna work. But sometimes you gotta take a step back and just be like, shit, you know what? I'm gonna take the 3, and because Dan Campbell played offense, so I'm pretty sure he more willing to bet on the offense than he is the defense, and that's a part of it too. But
right now, I'm telling you,
it's like shooting threes. It's like shooting threes.
What's happening right now?
It's like shooting threes. You shouldn't get to 0 for 5 before you want to do the right thing and pass the ball around. You feel me?
Hell no, because you know why? You ain't gonna tell Steph Curry, look, I know you.
But that's different though.
So we don't want
that's a session of the rule.
No.
That's literally the best 3-point shooter ever. That's literally the best 3-point shooter ever. That might be the best shooter ever.
Steph can't shoot no 3. Steph can't shoot no 3s from IR.
Yeah,
that's IR. Hey, guess what?
Now we asking Moody to shoot them same 3s. We asking Moody to shoot them same 3s. That ain't happening.
Shit. Hey, Hey, don't get it twisted. Moody just dropped 7 in the first quarter.
Yeah, he was hooping.
3
He
games
was
ago.
hooping. Hey, and that one. Hey,
so
what's that?
hold
What's that
on
one?
now.
Is that one? Hey, is that one kid that shot the buzzer beater 3-pointer? Is that him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
Moody.
nice. He
That's
nice.
Moses.
He nice. I seen him. I was watching y'all the other night.
Wait. You already had that game. You know what he did the next 2 games?
No.
I don't care.
All right,
we talking about that one game.
Steph Curry. We talking about Moody.
Okay.
Hey, but Moody ain't no bully.
I turned my head for 2 seconds, and all of a sudden we're talking about basketball. And
No, because I said
the only thing
3-pointer.
I can offer is Charlotte Hornets.
I mean, we could talk
cares.
about Jake Moody. He Moody too.
So you may see some stuff in the background.
Yeah, we see what's going on.
Trying to break into the room at the same time, so just bear with me.
Right.
Anyway, 7:37. Do we have any other topics, or should we get to closing remarks, my friends?
No, we can go ahead to the closing remarks, man.
All right, so Reggie Funches.
Yeah, I gotta wash dishes and shit. It's my time.
Reggie, closing remarks.
Look, man, get back on track. Let's knock these Giant boys off. No homo. And and actually, I really want them to go ahead and pop them real good. Pop them real good, and then we go ahead and pop Green Bay. Let them know it ain't a game. We owe them that, so we can go ahead and get this thing back on track. Because it's when you have a game like you had the year that you had last year, it sets a nasty precedent, especially for fans. So now we really want to see them, really put in major work and try to get this thing back on track. What's up, man? What's up?
All right, so I had a piece of pizza, and then he tried to steal it, and then the dog tried to steal it. Anyway, Bobby Glenn.
No, man, just everybody have a good Thanksgiving. This football shit gonna play out like it play out. But just remember, man, just be thankful for everything you got, man. And as far as the Detroit Lions, as I say every week, they better fucking win. That's all I gotta say. They better win on Sunday and Thursday.
And there that goes.
All right, so my plate is now being taken from me as well. So, like I said, hopefully the Lions will pull out a victory. We'll see. Now I'm getting.
They will.
Hopefully, Lions will pull out a victory. Nate, you're closing remarks real quick, man. Then I'll close this thing out.
Man, like I say, man, I think everything gonna be all right, man. It's just like I say, the team hasn't given up. The team's still fighting. Everybody gonna start coming back from injuries. I'm just glad that the defense and Kelvin Shepherd has been playing good.
He's a good coach.
The offense and stuff is going to catch on. Again, I still see us going to the playoffs. I think going forward that it won't be a one game and exit. So with that being said, everything's gonna be good. And God bless everybody. I'm getting my new truck because I ain't got no choice because somebody stole my car.
It's about to be real nasty. It's about to be real nasty.
I came outside like, did I put my car in the garage?
Dude, they took my infotainment system out of mine. And the whole brains of the car.
I remember the whole.
I did see that on
Listen, but you guys are looking at it all wrong, okay? See, because if someone's going to steal y'all's vehicle or steal your infotainment system, you have to understand that the reason why they're doing that is because they know that you're on the Hunt podcast. They're like, man, celebrity done touched those.
Oh my God!
Oh, now we're targeted, huh?
Right, we're targeted now.
The hunters have become the hunted, right? Anyway, so with all
they gonna make me go get Nasty Nate's AK-47 he got stashed in the closet.
See, I didn't know Nate was like that until he showed us that one night. I was like, damn. I didn't realize he was ready to go at a moment.
What?
Tell him, Nate. The revolution will be televised.
Hey, guess what? Hey, I light this block up like 4th of July. Are you not entertained?
All right, well,
is this not why you are here?
As we close up the show, again, this is episode 96. Want to say thank you to everybody who stuck with us for 96 episodes. We really appreciate it. 97 will be coming next week, obviously. And obviously, as my papa used to tell me all the time, if you come across a situation where your skill set can make it better, you not only have the ability, you now have the responsibility to do something about it, and make sure that you're good to yourself and good to others in that order, because every day is an opportunity to make your life a little bit better and the lives of those you love.
All right, happy
Reggie
holidays.
Funches. For Bobby Bless, the #1 Lions fan, for Nate Rucker, I'm Elijah Winfrey. This is the On